this is about Ananya Bhakti. Now, how a connection of chapter 8 and chapter 9 happens is, chapter 8, Lord Krishna, what did he explain? That whoever is an unalloyed devotee, he will go through that path of light and darkness. And now Krishna is explaining how to become such a devotee. You want to become a devotee to go to the path of light, or if you go through the path of light, you will never come back. If you go through the path of darkness, you may come back. But if you become a complete devotee, you don't have to bother about light and darkness. So how to become a devotee is what is going to be explained in this. How to become get Ananya Bhakti, right? So Lord Krishna is going to explain about the supremacy of Bhakti. Chapter 8 concludes that Bhakti is the best form of yoga. Chapter 9 supplies a specific knowledge required to perform the most confidential yoga. We want to know. Lord has said, he concluded that Bhakti is very good, but how to do it is what is going to be told in chapter 9. Chapter 9 and 7 are identical. Chapter 8 can be seen, it's a little, tangent. It goes little different because he's talking about the soul and how this creation happened, how it got dissolution and all that. It is a little tangent, but 7 and 9, this is all about how to perform bhakti, 7 and 9. So that's the connection. And Lord Krishna is going to clear some important points, and he will continue in this chapter all about that. So chapter 9 is the most confidential knowledge. We are going to hear about Krishna, his qualification and disqualifications are explained. Then Aishwarya Jnana, Lord Krishna's Achintya Bheda Abheda Tattva. We are going to learn about that. Relationship with this material world, how Lord is related to this. Non-worshippers and worshippers, what are their state? Krishna is the supreme object of worship, and the glories of directly worshipping Krishna. That is what we are going to learn in chapter 9. So these are the sections 9, 1 to 3, 4 to 10 about Aishwarya Jnana, 11 to 15 non-worshippers and worshippers, 16 to 25 Krishna is the supreme object of worship, and 26 to 34 glories of directly worshipping Krishna. 1 to 3 we are going to touch now, which is little longer than others because this is the depth one. Hearing about Krishna, the qualification and disqualifications. Non-enviousness allows one to hear confidential knowledge about Krishna, and faithlessness forces one to come back to the cycle of birth and death. So let's move on to verse number 1. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha idam tu te guhyatamam pravakshyamanasurave jnanam vijnana sahitam yajñatva mokshase shubhat. Yes, please. Who would like to start?
Shall I start? Hello, shall I start?
Yes, please. Yes.
Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjun, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most confidential knowledge and realization, knowing which you shall be relieved of the miseries of material existence." Hare Krishna.
So, yeah, thank you, Mataji. And Krishna had told about the path of light, path of darkness, and he also said that devotee is not bothered about all this, right? So he says, we hear this, we get this desire that, can I also become a devotee like that, where I don't even have to bother about the path of light, path of darkness? Is it Uttarayanam? Is it Dakshinayanam? We don't have to bother about that. So in this chapter, which is titled The Most Confidential Knowledge, Lord Krishna is going to tell us how to become such a devotee. How to become such a devotee where we don't have to bother about what time it is and whether it is a good auspicious time, whether we need to look for ask a Panditji whether we should pass away in this time or not. No need for that. So how to become a devotee is what chapter 9 is all about. And Lord Krishna is also going to speak about that bhakti is the best yoga. And in this chapter, what Lord Krishna is going to do is he's giving specific knowledge required. What knowledge do we need so that we can perform the most confidential yoga? What is the most confidential yoga? Bhakti yoga. So Lord Krishna here is saying, Shri Bhagavanu Vacha. So Lord Krishna is telling, Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Anusuyave, the non-envious. Anusuyave means the non-envious. He is addressing who? Arjuna. Oh Arjuna, because you are non-envious, you are not envious of me, you are not jealous of me. Idam tute guhyatamam pravakshyami. This most confidential knowledge, guhyatamam, very confidential. Guhya means very, very confidential. Guhyatamam, guhya is confidential. Guhyatamam, most confidential knowledge, that is there. Pravakshyami, I will tell you. Pravakshyami is, I'm going to tell you. And not only the most confidential thing, but Sahitam. Sahitam means along with it, what will he say? What will I give you? Jnanam. I'm going to, not only will I give you the most confidential, Guhyatamam knowledge, I will tell you. Along with that, what will I give you? Jnanam. And along with that, I will also give you Vijnanam. Knowledge is Jnanam. Vijnanam is like realized knowledge, means you experience. Knowledge is you get, right? Even in chemistry labs, I keep telling that once we get the theoretical knowledge, they send us to the lab. They say, okay, mix the chemicals and check whether it is whatever you have read is correct or not. Okay, this and this salt, when you mix it, color is coming as red or not. Red has come, okay, that is the proof. So now, once you get the knowledge, you experience it. So I will not only give you the Jnanam, I will give you the Vijnanam, where you can realize that knowledge. About who? Myself. And then yaj after knowing this, after jnatva means after knowing it, moksha se, you will be released. Released from what? From ashubhat. Ashubhat means ashubham. Shubh means good. Ashubham means bad. So ashubhat means from this miserable material existence. You will be released. Moksha, you will get liberated from what? Ashubha, material world. So Krishna is saying he will give the most confidential knowledge, guhyatamam. So, but we can imagine he's so merciful. He has made it public. This is the most confidential knowledge he is not supposed to give anyone. But he's so good, he's so nice. He wants all of us to come to his abode, that he's giving it, making it public so that we all can understand and try to follow that. So in order to encourage Arjuna to higher and higher elevation in this powerful, potent service, Lord is describing in this ninth chapter matters that are very, very confidential. And, he's disclosing it. And he's already disclosed as far as we are concerned. So at the beginning of this whole topic, Lord Krishna has declared what are the qualifications of hearing. We have understood now. What is the qualification? Number one is non-envious. So he's telling, I am telling you this knowledge, Arjuna. Remember, only and only because you have that qualification. And that qualification is you are not envious. So Lord Krishna clarifies this, because Lord is going to glorify himself in this chapter. And sometimes, for example, I will sit here and say, you know what? I'm the most beautiful person in the world. I have got the great merits. I have got a lot of knowledge. I have done PhD in so and so. I have got the highest post in my office. I am the topmost. I am the wealthiest. I have got a. You'll say, why are you boasting, Mataji? Come on, stop it. Enough is enough. So, and some people may not like it also. Some people may hate. So Lord knows it very well. He is the supreme personality of Lord, Godhead. If he goes and he comes and he speaks in front of us, we'll say, what are you saying? Because we are not qualified. So for that, you need that qualification. And Arjuna had that qualification. He was completely bowled over. He was completely in love with the Lord. He was completely humble. So Lord is clarifying this, because he is going to glorify himself profusely over in this chapter. So Anusuyave also has that sense of one who does not scorn. What is this boasting? So Anusuyave, very, very important term. So those listeners who deride Lord Krishna because they believe he is boasting will not benefit from hearing such a message. That is why this chapter is most confidential knowledge, because when Lord is telling about himself and people are not going to believe, then there's no point, right? So they will if that is what is going to happen, it will harm, they're going to harm themselves, or look at this egoistic person. He is praising his own self. That's the feeling. If it is coming, then we are not qualified. Such an attitude will come only because of our arrogance, because of our pride, because of our ego. And it what does it do? It robs a person of all the devotional reverence for the Lord. Envious people, they cannot grasp the simple fact that Lord God, he does not need anything. He has got everything, right? So he is doing for us. He is telling everything because we go closer to him. Oh God, you're so and so. Wow. We can always think. We see sun and we can remember Krishna. We see moon, we can remember Krishna. That's the reason he's telling us. There is no other way. There is no other way we can think about him otherwise. There's nothing that he needs from us except love. So he is only praising himself so that he can enhance the devotion in all the souls, and not because he is he has the material defect of being proud or anything like that, right? Even when Jesus had told Nazareth, he had said, I am the path and the way. He was saying to motivate out of compassion, not to boast himself, right? So as a true guru, he was telling his disciple, what should be done. But envious minded people, they will not understand the compassion the Lord is having. They will not understand this. So since this is a very important point, Anusuya way, Arjuna is magnanimous and he is free from all kind of jealous thing. He does not have the defect of having enviousness. He is completely, eminently qualified for this profound guhya tamam, guhya tamam jnanam. And Lord Krishna is going to reveal in this chapter. In the second chapter also, Lord Krishna explained the knowledge of about soul, right? How soul is separate from the matter and the body. So that was guhya, means that was secret knowledge. In the seventh, eighth chapter also, he explained the knowledge of his powers, which was guhyatar, or more secret. And now in this ninth chapter, he is going to reveal the knowledge of his pure bhakti, which is Vishyatamam, the most secret. So let's see the summary of this. Lord Krishna imparts most confidential knowledge because it is unalloyed devotion. And seventh and eighth was about enlightenment, about Krishna consciousness. And 2 and 3 was about the knowledge of spirit, soul, and the body. The qualification that is needed is non-enviousness. Otherwise, it will be very difficult, right, to understand this chapter. So that is why this is very important to understand that most confidential knowledge before we start learning. Let's have that non-envious feeling. Otherwise, we will not understand at all. So qualification is Anusuya way, free from envy. What is the means to receive? Proper hearing. We have to hear properly about the Lord. And what will be the benefit? Relief from miseries of material existence. For one who understands Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, the pure and the transcendental personality, then this chapter is very beneficial because this is the king of education. So before that, we have to understand idam jnanam, this knowledge. What does this knowledge refer to? It refers to the pure devotional service. And this pure devotional service consists of 9 different activities. We all know, we have learned in level 1, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. So hearing, chanting, remembering, then serving, worshipping, praying, obeying, maintaining friendship, surrendering, everything, right? By practicing of all these 9 elements, we will be able to move towards the spiritual realm, into Krishna consciousness. And when our heart, Cheto Darpada Marjanam, when our heart is clarified from all kind of material contamination, that is when we will understand the science of Krishna. Till then, we won't. Simply to understand that living entity is not material. I'm the soul, I'm not the body. That's not enough to understand. That may be the beginning, but that's not. We have to move on to the next also, right? So Shravanam, Krishna, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, then Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. So we had Sukhdev Goswami chanting or glorifying, then the Lord. Then Prahlad Maharaj always used to remember Lord. Lakshmi Devi, as we all know, she is always there at his service, serving the Lord. Maharaj Prithu used to do deity worship. Akrura used to pray to the Lord a lot. Hanuman was Dasyam, he became servant. Then Arjuna was epitome of friendship. And Maharaj Bali, he completely surrendered. Maharaj Bali. So, very, very important points of devotional service. 9.2. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitramidamuttamam Pratyakshavagam Dharmyam Susukham Kartum Avyayam. Yes, who would like to read this?
Hare Krishna Mataji. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It's the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. Hare Krishna
Hare
Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So this chapter, which titles the most confidential knowledge, and in the first three shlokas, Lord Krishna is going to glorify what is he going to speak. That is what he's going to do. That is why first three shlokas we are going to have little time, take little more time. So Lord Krishna is saying here that the knowledge he is going to give us, Raja Vidya. It's the king of education. Raja Guhyam, king of confidential knowledge. It is Pavitram. It is the purest. And it is Uttamam. This knowledge he is going to give us is the most transcendental, topmost, suprememost. Pratyaksha Avagamam Dharmyam means the whole principle of religion, Dharmyam, is going to be understood by Pratyaksha, by direct experience, we will be able to understand. And it is Susukham. Very, very, we will feel very happy listening to him. Kartum, to execute that. And it is Avyayam, it is everlasting. This knowledge, whatever he is going to give us, when we execute it, it will bring us a lot of bliss within us. So Raja itself means king. So Lord Krishna uses the metaphor. He is using the word Raja. Why? So that he can emphasize the topmost position of this knowledge. Because Raja is on the top. That is why he used the word Raj. Raja Vidya. It's the top king. Vidya, science. He does not refer to his teachings like, I'm going to teach you what is this. It is a creed, it's a religion, it's a doctrine, it's a belief. No, no. It's a science. That's why he said it's a Raja Vidya. He declares what he's going to describe is the king of sciences. And it is Gohya. It is very secret, supreme secret. Why? Because love is only possible where there is a choice. Lord deliberately is hiding himself from direct perception. He's put a curtain over there. And he's providing the soul, the freedom. You have the choice. You want to remove the curtain to see me or leave the curtain that way. So you want to love me? You don't want to love me. I'm giving you a choice. Machine cannot love because it does not have any choices. So God wants us to love him. So he's giving us that option. You can choose me or you can wish not to choose me. So there are so many atheists, they wish not to choose him. So he's merely making us aware that, if we choose, what is going to happen? If we choose this way, what will happen? If we choose that way, that is what he's, and he's leaving everything up to us. You decide what you want. Pavitram, pure. Knowledge of this devotion is so, so, so pure because it does not have any kind of selfishness in it. It's going to inspire us how we can be selfless and keep helping others, completely in love, not bother about. Bhakti is about nothing. It is going to purify us and we will stop thinking about only us. Every time we think, what will I get? What benefit will I get? Am I getting any benefit? That's what we will get. It is so, so pure, we'll get away from that. So it will purify the devotee, by destroying the papa bija, and that avidya that we have. Pap means what? The stockpile of past sins. Endless lifetimes we have been committing sins, right? So this soul. So bhakti, what will it do? It will burn it. It will burn it up as a fire burns the complete the wood or the straw or whatever, it completely burns it away, right? That's how the bhakti is going to burn the sins inside us. Bija. Bija refers to that impurities in the heart. We have many, many impurities. These are the seeds of that sinful activities. If the seed is there, then destroying that result of past sin is not, enough. The sin will still remain in it, right? So bhakti will purify the heart, and then it has to destroy the seed of the sin also. What are the seeds of the sin? The lust, the anger, and the greed. It has to destroy. Otherwise, it will come again. So even the destruction of seeds also not enough. Why? Heart becomes impure is that there is avidya, ignorance. Why the heart becomes? Why does it become impure? Because there is avidya or ignorance, because of which we start identifying with our body again. For a while we will be pure, then again it's gone. So because of this misidentification, we think the body is soul, I only. And we start again having that bodily desire. We will get, we have to give happiness to this body. Then the moment the fulfillment starts happening, again lust, anger, greed happens. Again impurity happens. So as long as the ignorance also is there, even if the heart we keep cleaning by bhakti, it will again become impure. So devotion means what? Realization. Of what? Of knowledge. Of what? Soul and God. Slowly that ignorance also has to be destroyed. Not only that seed, ignorance also has to be. And benefit of bhakti is what? Kleshastu papam tad bijam avidya. Cheti te tritha is what was in Nectar of Devotion we read. Bhakti destroys the three poisons. What is that? The papa. Papa, papam tad bijam. So papa is gone, bijam is gone, the seed is gone, avidya is also gone, the ignorance. These three. In Nectar of Devotion, it's written papam tad bijam avidya. So cheti te tridha, that is klesh. It's a klesh. So we need to remove all the three. So only when we remove all the three and it is completely destroyed, that's when the heart will become pure. Even it was written like, aprarabdha phalam papam. Kutam bijam halon mukham kramainaiva praliyete Vishnu bhakti ratatmanam. So what does it mean, Vishnu bhakti? When will we get? When we can get engaged in devotional service? When we can get all the sinful reactions, whether fructified in the stalk or in form of seed, in everything has to vanish. Then only it's a long way. So purifying by doing devotional service is very, very strong. And it's called Pavitram Uttamam. Once we get purest. Pratyaksha means we can directly see. It's the science of bhakti. It begins with, we have to have faith for that. If we don't have faith, nothing. Leap of faith is important for that. It's not like, a sciences where we begin with an experiment with a hypothesis and then we conclude, okay, I've got the result. This is the hypothesis, this is the result. No. Bhakti has to start with a leap of faith. If we don't have faith in Krishna, even 1% is less. 99% we have, 1% is not there, still it's not done. Till we have 100%. If one is engaged simply in the acts of devotional service, everything is revealed slowly, automatically to that person. Then that is called pratyaksha, because we are able to see, we are able to experience that. That is pratyaksha. Like how Narad Muni, he was engaged in devotional service to all the munis. It is stated in first canto of Bhagavatam, in that story where Narad Muni tells about his previous life, where he was a son of a maid servant and who was serving the rishis who came to rest in the ashram during that Chaturmas, 4 months stay. During that rainy season, they stay put in one place. So he also engaged in serving them. He was eating the remnants of the food, listening to them while they were, absorbed in glorification of the Lord. And he also developed that taste for hearing and then chanting the glories of the Lord. That's how he also got that. Then dharmyam, being devotion, virtuousness, how the devotion is performed. without thinking, what will I get out of this? I will do this, but what will I get? That should not be there. Material reward should not be what we are thinking about. Right? So we have to always think what best I can do selflessly. How Narad Muni, even though he had no opportunity to go to the Gurukul, simply he didn't study, he didn't go to Gurukul. He was in the association of the saints, right? Association. He got the highest goal. We all know about Narad Muni. And highest goal of all religion is what? Devotional service. So how in Srimad Bhagavatam it is there, Savai Pumsam Paro Dharmo, Yato Bhaktir Adhokshaje. So that's a very important point, that supreme occupation, supreme dharma for all humanity is that, we should be getting to attain that devotional service and towards the Lord. That also 100% with faith. Kartum susukham. What will happen? It is very, very easy to attain, very, very easy to practice. Why? Devotional services is Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada, Sevanam. So simple, you Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu is enough, right? You just first listen, hear the chanting of the glories of the Lord, then attend to all the lectures, and then whatever acharyas are giving, you can go on YouTube, listen to any of the acharyas. You can simply by sitting, we can learn, we can do all online only nowadays, or everything is available in YouTube. You don't even have to fly, you don't have to go to Gurukul, right? So it's very easy. He's attained very naturally. If we can learn to just love him, he wants the love. So we can execute all kinds of devotional services, right? The Lord says he just wants patram pushpam phalam toyam, right? He is not even bothered about anything, is ready to accept anything from the devotee, but that devotee has to offer with love. So that's what Lord is saying. So we have understood that simply by tasting the tulsi leaves offered at the lotus feet of the Lord, great sages like Sanat Kumara became great devotees. So when this is the sovereign science and it is so easy to practice, then why do people not apply themselves to learning it? Why are people not doing it? Lord Krishna is going to explain that next. But before that, let's just see further glorification of the most confidential knowledge. That is just a summary of most confidential knowledge. It's the king of knowledge. Why it is king of knowledge? Because it's the essence of whatever has been explained before. And it is Rajaguhyam, most confidential, because this is talking about the eternal activities of the soul, and thus gives positive information. So we will continue with this. Most confidential, Srila Prabhupada writes, when the seed of a particular tree is sown, tree does not appear immediately, does it? You put the seed. Will the tree come overnight? No, nothing comes overnight. Srila Prabhupada says it takes some more time. First, it comes as a plant, then slowly you keep watering it, then it comes as a form of a tree, then it will have flowers, then it will have fruits. When it is complete, then the flowers and fruits are enjoyed by the person who has sown the tree, right? If you have sown the seed, you can't enjoy the next day. That's what Lord is telling. Same way, if I do some papa or sinful act, something, it's like a seed. It will take time to fructify. There are different stages. Sinful action may have already stopped, within the individual, but the result I may have done the sin today. I may not get the result tomorrow. It can be in this lifetime, next lifetime, or after 50 lifetimes. We don't know when the fruit will happen. So there are sins which are still in the form of seed. There are others which must have fructified also and giving us fruit. And we are enjoying that pain and the distress, whatever we are having. Now, when we are having that misery, we think, मैंने तो कुछ किया ही नहीं. I didn't do anything bad. I don't know why I'm getting all this miseries. No, it's not now. You must have done in one of the lifetimes. We don't know. So that's what it is. Pavitra midam uttamam. Sinful reactions has 4 stages. The analogy of a tree stages. So you can see that in this. Okay. Avidya is ignorance. That's the bija, that's the seed. Okay. And slowly it can come unmanifest up, then prarabdha is then manifest one, and the sufferings we get. Some we can have immediate, some we will have after few lifetimes. That's what Srila Prabhupada explains in his purport. So how to get the direct perception of the self? We have to practice devotional service. How? In the association of senior devotees. Pratyaksha Vagama. So example is what? Direct by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we should, without any offense, we will feel that pleasure, we can get purified. 100% we have to have that faith, and we will make spiritual progress. What is the qualification that we need? Advancement is irrespective of previous education or qualification. Qualification is nothing, you just start chanting. That's it. So dharmyam, perfection of religion. Susukham, it is very blissful. Avyayam, it is eternally everlasting. That's the advantage. So we go to verse number 9.3. Ashraddhadana purusha dharmasya sya parantapa aprapya mam nivartante mrityu samsara vartmani. Yes, please. Krishna Prasad Prabhuji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna Mataji. Those who are not faithful in this devotional service cannot attain me, O conqueror of enemies. Therefore, they return to the path of birth and death in this material world. Hare Krishna.
So why I was focusing on so much of 1 and 2 shloka, because very, very important. We need to have that leap of faith. We need to have that anusuya way, non-envious nature. So Krishna, before giving the actual confidential knowledge, is actually glorifying the confidential knowledge in the first 3 shlokas of the chapter. Very, very important 3 shlokas, because he is glorifying before he starts giving what he is, actually is. So he says, Ashraddhadhana Purusha Dharmasasya Parantapa. Parantapa, O Krishna, O Parantapa, O Arjuna, O killer of enemies. Purushaha means those people who are faithless. Ashraddhadhana, they are faithless, or persons who are not faithful. In what? In what I am going to speak about, the knowledge I am going to give. If they don't have faith about it, what is the knowledge he is going to give about the devotional service? Then what happens? Faithless towards what? Such people are faithless towards dharmasasya, towards the process of religion. What happens? Aprapya mam. Aprapya. They won't get me. They cannot obtain me. They cannot attain me. So if they cannot get Krishna, then what does it mean? Nivartante. They will come back. Where will they come back? Mrityu Sansara Vartmani. They will come back on the Vartmani, on the path of Mrityu Samsara, of death. In this material existence, they will come onto the cycle of Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, cycle of birth and death. So last 2 verses, Lord Krishna promised knowledge, and then he qualified it with 8 merits, right? It is mentioned here as dharma, this dharma, the path of loving devotion of God, right? In the last 2 shlokas, he had said you have to be anusuya, it is this Raja Vidya, it is Raja Guhya, it is Pavitra Mitam, Uttamam, all these merits he had given, 8 merits total. So no matter how wonderful the knowledge, how effective the path may be, it is useless. It will remain useless to one who does not even want to walk that path. So whatever Lord will explain, if we don't want to follow, then there is no point. If there is no Shraddha, then there is no point. So Lord is saying, initially we need to have that leap of faith. That is required to begin the process. Otherwise, there is no point. Even in Nectar of Devotion, it is written, Adav Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sango Bhajana Kriya. So first step in the path of God realization is what? Faith. Shraddha. Adav Shraddha. Then when one begins to start taking satsang, spiritual progress, that will lead to slowly we start having that kind of devotion in us. People, usually they say they're only willing to believe what they can directly see. If I cannot directly see, I will not believe. And since we cannot directly see God, they say, I don't believe in him because I can't see him. If you can show me God, I will believe him. But the fact is, that we believe in so many things in this world where we don't even have direct perception. Or the judge delivers the judgment, upon a case. He is giving the judgment of upon a case concerning an event that took many, many, many years ago in the past. If judge also said, okay, in the past that was there, he also adopted the philosophy of believing only what he or she directly had experienced. The whole legal system will fail. He said, no, no, today it's not there, so I will not believe. That's not going to happen, right? President, he is sitting in the country, he is administrating the whole country based on the reports from all over the country. People, as the chief minister, send the reports, and he is sitting and he's administering the whole country based on that report. It is impossible for him to go and visit every state, every city, every town, every village within his domain. Not possible. Now, if he says, I am not going to believe the reports, whatever you have sent to me, on the grounds that I did not directly go and check it out over there as to what was going on over there or what was happening, how would he be able to administer the whole of country? Impossible. So even in this material activities, faith is required at every step, right? Even Bible says, we walk by faith, not by sight. Every religion says the same thing, right? It's a beautiful story about this perception of God. A king once, he approached a sadhu with the statement, I do not believe in God because I cannot see him. So sadhu asked, can you get me a cow? So said, yeah, fine, sure, why not? Hey, go get a cow over here. The servants went and brought the cow. Sadhu then requested, can it be milked, please? I said, okay, yeah, okay, please come over here, milk the cow. And the servants, he made his servants do what the sadhu wanted him to do. Sadhu then asked, okay, do you believe that this milk, freshly taken out from the cow, it contains butter in it? He said, yes, I do have full faith that it does contain butter in it. Sadhu said, see, but you cannot see the butter in the milk, can you? How do you believe it is there? He said, see, we cannot see it at present because the butter is there in the milk, it is pervading, but there is a process for seeing it. Okay. So if we convert the milk into yogurt and then we can churn the yogurt, butter will become visible, or we can remove the cream from the milk and churn it, we can get the butter. There are where then we can, it will be definitely visible, but it is there, butter is there in this milk. Sadhu said, like the butter in the milk, God is also everywhere. If we cannot immediately see him, does not mean that we jump to the conclusion that there is no God. There is a process for perceiving him. There is a process of seeing him. If we are willing to have faith, if we are willing to follow the process, if we are willing to, follow the devotional service, then we will have the direct perception of God. And then we will become God realized. Yatha taror mula nishtanena tripyanti tat skandha. That is what is given in Bhagavatam. By giving water to the root of a tree, one satisfies its branches, its twigs, its flowers, everything we satisfy, right? Same way, by supplying food to the stomach, we are satisfying all the senses of the body. Just imagine, food goes into the stomach, energy comes in the body. Same way, by engaging in the transcendental devotional service of the Supreme Lord, we can satisfy all the Devi Devtas and all the other living, and everyone we can satisfy just by satisfying the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All the Devi Devtas are part and parcel of Lord. They will be so happy to see us doing devotional service. Oh God, you're doing devotional. Like how the food goes into the stomach and all parts of the body are so happy. Same way, if we directly pray to the Lord, all the demigods who are the part and parcel and the arms and legs of the Lord will be so happy. They'll be completely energetic. So after reading Bhagavad Gita, we should come to this conclusion of Bhagavad Gita that we should give up all other engagements. We should try to adopt the devotional service of the Supreme Lord. And if we are convinced then of this philosophy of life, then that is faith. That is faith. Belief in God, it's not a natural process that we as human beings, actually just follow. We have to exercise, we have free will. God has given us free will. So we have to use that free will to make a decision. Okay, we need to have complete faith in God. And even in the assembly of Kauravas, if you remember, when Dushashan was trying to disrobe Draupadi, Lord Krishna was the one who saved her from that embarrassment, right? By what did he do? He lengthened her sari. So all the Kauravas, they were there. They saw that miracle happening. Everyone saw that miracle, but they refused to have faith in that omnipotence of Lord Krishna. They refused that Lord Krishna is present everywhere. Lord Krishna was not over there, but he saved her, right? So he was present, but he was not present. But Kauravas refused to believe. Supreme Lord says in this verse that those who choose not to have faith in the spiritual path, they remain bereft of the divine wisdom. Ashraddha dhana. If they are like that, they will continue to rotate in the cycle of birth and death. Right? So let's see the 3 levels of faith over there now. Faith is the most important factor. Faithless cannot attain Krishna. Simply by serving Krishna, one can achieve the perfection, like how we can water the root, right? How faith is created? Association of devotees. And then no good faith, third class, this will be third level, lowest. Anybody would like to read this one? Snigdha Mataji, Hare Krishna. Third level,
Hare,
the lowest one.
Hare Krishna Mataji. No good faith and knowledge of scriptures easily fall down. Through engaged in
Though
Mataji, what is
engaged in devotional service,
of devotional service cannot achieve highest perfectional stage, coming to Krishna consciousness with hidden motives.
yeah, that is third class, third level. They don't have any faith, no good faith or knowledge.
Shall I read, Mataji?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Firm faith, but not very advanced in devotional scriptures, simply trying to follow by association and simplicity.
That is the firm faith. Some firm faith, but not, they don't have so much of devotional scriptural knowledge.
Firm faith and well versed in devotional scriptures and no chance of fall down.
That's what we need to achieve. We need to have firm faith and we should have well versed in devotional scriptures. Development of that faith is the process of Krishna consciousness. And faith is the important factor. So Krishna has glorified enough in first 3, right? About the knowledge he is going to give. Now, Lord will start giving knowledge from next shloka. From here starts. So first 3 shlokas are very, very important. So I have took maximum time for this. 9 to 10. Krishna pervades, creates, annihilates the entire cosmos through his material energy. Although Krishna is supreme director, material world nevertheless moves independently. Krishna remains neutral and he remains detached. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagadavyakta murtina matstani sarvabhutani nachaham teshvavasthitaha. Yes, Snigdha Mataji, please continue.
Yes, Hare Krishna. By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. Hare Krishna.
So Lord Krishna has sufficiently glorified the confidential knowledge that he will be giving. He is now going to elaborate on a particular topic, the confidential knowledge, and he'll start the topic with what is his relationship with material world. So here Lord Krishna is saying, Maya avyakta murtina, in my unmanifested form, idam, this sarvam jagat tatam, this whole sarvam jagat or cosmic manifestation is pervaded in my unmanifested form. Matsthani sarvabhutani. All living entities are in me. All. Nacha aham. I am not in them. I am not what? I am not teshu avasthita. I am not situated in them. They are all in me. I am not in them. Simple. Vedic philosophy does not accept the concept of God, creating the world and then peeping into it from the 7th heaven to check whether the world is running all right or not. So, same theme of Lord being all pervading in the world, right? Eko Deva Sarva Bhuteshu Gudha. Sarva Vyapi. There is one God. He is seated in everyone's heart. He is also everywhere in in the whole world, everywhere, right? Ishavasyam idam sarvam. Yat kincha jagatyam jagat. God is everywhere, right? Isha Upanishad, we said. He is there. Then if we go to Purusha Suktam, it's already there, right? Purusha eveda sarvam yat bhutam yat cha bhavyam. So God pervades everywhere. He is existing everywhere. He is all over. This shloka says, everywhere I am. Atah Sri Krishna namadi na bhavet grahyam indriya sevon mukhe hi jivadau swayam eva puritya adha. Means what? This is also Krishna's name, Krishna's pastimes. It cannot be understood by our simple material senses that we have. Only who is engaged in pure bhakti will understand. Srila Prabhupada gives an analogy in his purport. He says, just as sunshine is spread all over the universe, the energy of the Lord is also spread all over whole creation, and everything is resting in that energy. Another crude example that can be given in this way is the king. How king is heading the whole government, right? Which is the manifestation of king's energy. The different government departments are working. They are nothing but energy of the king. They are king's representatives, right? Each department is resting on the king's power. King will ultimately give power to them. But still, one cannot expect that the king to be present in every department, going over there personally and doing everything over there. All manifestations, everything that is existing in this whole world, whatever you're saying, both in material world, spiritual world, everything is resting in Lord's energy. But 7.4 and 5, in when we were reading 7th chapter, it was said that world is created from the material energy of God, Maya Shakti. Then the souls are also energy of God, Jiva Shakti. So all this, everything, Lord Krishna also says that he does not will in all the living beings. This is because he's far more than the whole sum total of the energies. How? Just see, as the ocean throws up many waves, so many waves. You must have gone to the beach, and these waves are part of the ocean, but ocean is much more than the sum total of all the waves. Same way, souls, Maya, everything, all these are within the personality of God, yet he is beyond them. He is much more than us. So see how government official, he is sitting in one place, but the law that he made has an influence everywhere. Government makes the law, everyone has to follow. In this way, Krishna has made a statement over here. Now, right opposite, he is going to speak in the next shloka. Let's see. He is everywhere, he said, right? Now let's see. Uchamasthani bhutani pashyame yogam aishwaram bhuta brinnacha bhutasto mamatma bhuta bhavana. So let's see what he says over here. Triveni Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. And yet everything that is created doesn't rest in me. Behold my mystic opulence. Although I am the maintainer of the living, all the living entities, and although I am everywhere, I am not a part of this cosmic manifestation. For myself is the very source of creation. Hare Krishna
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna. Here he said, I am everything. Everything. This entire universe I am pervading. All beings are me, he said, right? Here is Nachamasthani. So Krishna is speaking about his inconceivable relationship with material world. Now he's going to speak something more on this. What is that? Shloka number 4. He said, in my unmanifested form, Avyakta Murtina, I pervade this whole universe. He's also made a statement saying, Masthani Sarva Bhutani. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. Now, what is he continuing? He says, Masthani Sarva Bhutani. Here he's saying, Nacha Masthani Bhutani. There he said, Masthani Sarva Bhutani. Here he starts with Nacha Masthani Bhutani. Nacha. No. Whatever is created, all creations, Bhutani, is also not situated in me. In previous shloka, he said, everything rests on me. And he says, oh Arjuna, Pashyame Yogam Aishwaram. Just see, Pashya, look at me, my inconceivable mystic power. Then Lord says, Bhuta Prat. I am the maintainer of all the living entities, all the bhutas, like I'm everything. Yet Lord continues, Nacha Bhutastha. So he says, yet I am never a part of this cosmic manifestation. Says I am not. Confusing us. And then he says, Mama Atma, myself. I am what? I am the source of all manifestations. Krishna again has thrown a googly here, He just, but then we will not get confused. Why? Because Srila Prabhupada's purport helps us to understand this wonderful meaning of the shloka. Otherwise, we won't. He's just Krishna is throwing googlies. First he said everything rests on him. Masthani sarva bhutani. Now he's saying nacha masthani bhutani. Now he says nothing rests in him. Srila Prabhupada gives an example of Greek god Atlas, holding the whole universe, sweating and in pain, still trying to hold on with all his strength. Now we should imagine Krishna holding the whole cosmic creation on his head, on his shoulders, and carrying it around. We have to understand that no, he is not directly concerned with the maintenance of the cosmic creation. It's not that somebody is holding the whole thing and carrying it. It looks mystery, right? It's like a mystery how all these planetary systems are floating around in this space. Never ever have been seen any planet sinking down or anything like that, right? Leaving the orbit or going somewhere else. Okay, let me just go that side. No, 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 no. So how are they floating? They're floating on Krishna's energy. Like we said, Krishna is not personally coming and holding the planet, but by his energy, he is making sure that all is maintained. It is so nice to understand, isn't it? Another question, are his energies and person different? Is energy and his himself different? No. Energy and energetic, they cannot be separated. They are same. So this is called as inconceivable, means we cannot, it's beyond our brains. We cannot conceive this with our chutku brain that we have and the material senses that we have. Simultaneously, he is one and different. Nachamasthani bhutani. This is Aishwarya Jnana. This is Krishna's achintya bheda abheda relationship with the material world. Achintya bheda abheda. He is different but non-different. He is one and different. Now we understand that Krishna is the maintainer, the sustainer. He is everything. The entire cosmos is being done by him, by his different energies. He makes sure that everything is running well in this whole cosmos, in this administration. Such flawless maintenance by Lord Krishna. All his energies, they are working with so much of efficiency, so much of discipline that we cannot find any flaw anywhere. All the planets are in its place. The sun and the moon, they rise and they set on time. The seasons, the whole nature, everything is running according to the plan. It's just incredible. Today, if I get up at 4:10, tomorrow I may get up at 4:05, day after I may get up at 4:15. But there, nothing, not even a small second changes here. Supreme Lord now gives an analogy so that we can grasp the concept. The wind has no existence independent from the sky. It is moving furiously, it is moving very quickly, but it is still within the sky. Same way the souls, they have no existence independent of God. See, we also say, Bhagwan ki marzi ke bina ek patta bhi nahi hil sakta. A blade of grass also cannot move without the will of the God, right? So still he says he's aloof from us, everything. Nachamasthani bhutani. So he's aloof from all the activities of the wind. Everything is aloof. Beyond the two energies that has been mentioned, in the purport, to the previous verse, whatever verse was there, Lord says there is Maya Shakti, Jiva Shakti. That there is a third energy also, that is Yoga Maya Shakti, right? Lord had told about that in the purport. Srila Prabhupada wrote in his purport that there is a Yoga Maya Shakti also. Yoga Maya is God's all-powerful energy. It is called Kartum, Akurtum. Very, very difficult. That can make an impossible thing also very possible. Very, very great example. He is sitting in our hearts. Can we see him? This is because of divine Yoga Maya power that is keeping us aloof from him. Isn't it a wonderful thing that even Lord is there? He's pervading all the Maya. He's pervading the material energy, yet he's aloof from it. He's away from it. Mysterious power, simply mysterious. If we could influence God, then when it decays, it will destroy, right? His nature should destroy. Everything should destroy. Whatever modification you may do, God remains established in his personality. That is why Vishnu in the Vedas, God is called Dashangulam, 10 fingers. He is in the world, yet 10 fingers beyond it, untouched by it. Sahasra Shirisha Purushaha Sahasraksha Sahasrapar Sabhumim Vishwato Vritva Atitishta Dashangulam, says in Purusha Suktam, it is said, he's got 1,000 heads, 1,000 eyes. You know, everything signifies that it is innumerable. It's the omnipresence of the universal being. That's the understanding that we get. So to understand this concept, Lord will give an analogy. Analogies are very easy to understand. When we give analogies, we understand. He will give analogy to understand Shloka 4 and Shloka 5, and to understand that all living entities are dependent on Krishna, and at the same time they are independent. But before that, let's see the summary of Shloka 5, and then we'll move on. Living entities do not rest upon Krishna. Everything that is created does not rest in me, says Krishna. Although everything rests in him, still he is aloof and not directly concerned. Like, you know, Greek god Atlas, he is tired of holding the whole globe. Lord Krishna is not holding like that, because he is his Yogam Aishwaram, mystic opulence he is. How he is aloof, example of inconceivable opulences that he is. He is eternally everlasting. That's what text 5 says. We will start text 6 from tomorrow, but tomorrow I would request if we can have half an hour more. I missed last week, so we can add half an hour more. Today I did not inform early enough, so I don't want to waste anybody's time today. Is that okay if I take extra half an hour tomorrow?
It is okay, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
Yes,